All right, you guys. Well, yay. I'm so excited to have you guys here for the special web class for our 14 Days to Unshakable Confidence Challenge. And it is such an honor to be here, not only with you guys face to face, but just to be along with you in this journey. And it has just been such an honor to see you grow, to see those aha moments come through, and just to see you guys, just like I said, grow. And gosh, I mean, like this challenge it's like there's some intense places, right? Can you guys like feel some of those intense places, some of those deeper places that we've gone to? But man, has it been worth it for sure. So what I'm going to do here is actually share my screen and pull up my presentation. Let me make sure I've got it pulled up here. Okay, just 1 second. There we go. Oh, and I opened Launchpad. Anyways. All right. Make sure we are able to see the presentation. Okay, here we go. Yay. So like I said, I'm so excited to be here with you guys to chat about the roadmap to uncovering your purpose. And I want to welcome you wherever you are at in the challenge, no matter how many trainings you've missed, however far behind you think you are, or if you are doing the things daily or maybe catching up a little bit, whatever it might mean or wherever you might be in this journey, you are exactly where you need to be. And if you're here live with me, or if you're watching the recording, again, you are exactly where you need to be. And I'm just so proud of you guys for taking the time to do this, to watch this, to dive into this information and into these resources so that you truly let go of the limiting beliefs, build that foundation of unshakable confidence, and really give yourself the permission and own the bright light that is inside of you to shine. So I just want to do a quick little housekeeping little nugget here. Make sure that you are kind of in a place where you are getting rid of distractions, where you are present here with me. Make sure you have some pen and paper where you can take notes. Make sure you put your cell phone away, turn Facebook off, and just really get present here with me today. So in the chat box, can you guys like raise your hand or say, yes, I'm here with you, say I'm present with you, just so we know we are all on the same page. So go ahead and just add that chat and say, yes, I'm here with you. I am going to be intentional and be here without distractions, that kind of thing. So awesome, you guys. Okay, so now if you guys we've obviously been around each other for a little while, but some of you guys may or may not know a little bit about my story. So I'm obviously Charity Majors, and I'm honored to be your coach and your guide throughout this journey. But I wasn't always this confident, and I didn't always have such clarity in my voice and my message and my mission. Actually, just a few years ago, I was a lot less confident. And as you guys saw my before and after picture that I posted in the group, I was unsure of who I was. I felt like I didn't have a place to share my voice or to share my opinion. I felt like I had so many limiting beliefs that just held me back, that kept me playing small, that told me that I wasn't enough, that I didn't have what it took, that my message didn't matter, that I should just dim my light, bury my story, that none of it was going to help other people. And so I kind of went on this journey of this personal growth and this spiritual discovery of like, okay, how did God make me, and why am I here, and why are these limiting beliefs here, and how can I let them go, and how can I truly own and step into my confidence in who I am and whose I am, and what my mission here is to do. And so I started to step into that and started to work with mainly women all over the world when it comes to helping them find their voice, to build their brand, to get their message out into the world. And now, obviously I get to do some amazing things with this with you guys, as well as I'm an author, a speaker, have a podcast, and I just love what I get to do every single day, as well as being a mom and a wife and figuring out what all of that looks like together and meshing it together. And it is just so much fun to be functioning in my purpose and doing what God has made me to do. So we're going to dive right on into the journey. So when it comes to uncovering our purpose, when it comes to kind of this road, this journey that we go on, when we come into this human experience, right? So we come into this human experience as these souls that are divinely appointed for exactly this time in all of eternity. And so we come here, and unfortunately, we don't necessarily come with like these manuals, right, on how to operate our body or how to operate our mind or what it means to step into our purpose. Can you guys, are you feeling that? Like, right? Like, give me a little like thumbs up if you're like, yeah, like, shoot, I wish there was a manual, like a checklist, like a to-do list. Let's check the chat. You guys feeling me on this? I know sometimes for me, I just kind of felt like, well, what the heck? Like, why have I felt like I was lost? Why have I felt like this could have been way easier if I would have known what to do or what matters most, or how to kind of operate this body and this mind and this spirit have in here in this human experience. And so when it comes to the journey, it is definitely a journey of discovery. It can be full of adventure. There are definitely ups and downs. How many of you guys have experienced those ups and downs? Like, raise your hand, put in the chat box, like, yes, like we have experienced those ups and downs. Like, there's the highs, there's the lows, there's all the feels, it's everything in between. There are the pivots and the redirects and the changing of our minds. One thing that I know is that in this journey, we cannot do it alone, right? I'm going to say that again. In this journey, we cannot do it alone. And I'm such a firm believer that God created us to be in community together and to walk alongside each other and to be kind of hand in hand, where if someone has been through something similar, the lessons that they have learned are there to also help others along the path. And so that's what I know that I am here for sure, as well as all of you guys. So as we dive into the journey, what I love about this is the word road, it's in Latin, and it actually is via. So VIA. And I'm going to use this actually as an acronym for tonight's teaching. So, and I just love this, how it kind of came together as I was putting all of this stuff together for you guys. It just was this divine download, and it was just like, okay, what we're going to go over, like, it's this acronym, and oh my gosh, like, it stands for road in Latin. Like, I love that. I love that when it's just, when the pieces fit together. So what we're going to go over first are vibrations. The next thing we're going to go over is intuition. So there's your V, there's your I, and here's your A, which is abundance. So the first thing we're going to talk a little bit about, and I know for those of you guys that are a little bit more science-minded, like I am, you will appreciate this. So when it comes to vibration and energy, this is actually one of the foundational things when it comes to stepping into our purpose, and when it comes to really learning how to operate and function optimally with our mind, body, and spirit. And if this is kind of a foreign concept to you, I want to encourage you to stick with me for a minute. Like I said, I'm going to share with you the science behind it, because once I knew the science behind it, it made so much more sense to me. And it was just like, oh yeah, like totally. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys. So when it comes to vibration and energy, it's not necessarily as quote unquote as woo-woo as you think it might be. Imagine with me and journey back with me just for a moment to science class. Like back in the day, my science teacher, his name was Mr. Glick, and he was awesome, right? And we went over like the periodic table of elements and the atoms and electrons and all these little things that we obviously can't necessarily see with our eyes, but we have learned that they are there because science was able to discover them with these really cool microscopes, and they were able to now measure right, what is inside of an atom. And so if you think about that atom, it either has a positive or a negative charge. And then, so for example, so take water, right? So we have 2 hydrogen molecules and 1 oxygen molecule. The hydrogen molecules, they are positive charged, and then the oxygen molecule is obviously, it's a negative charge. When you combine these 2 things together, they have a specific, and I'm going to use these words interchangeably. So they have a certain frequency, or they have a certain energy, or a certain vibration, and it's because of the molecular structure that goes on within this element. And if you think about the all of the periodic table of elements, right? So we've got like chromium and platinum and gold and all of these other ones that I don't remember. Like, sorry, Mr. Glick. Like, but if you guys remember them, feel free to like put them in the chat. But we've got all of these elements that make up everything around us, right? So whether it is oxygen, whether it is the dirt that we stand on, whether it is the screen that we're looking at, it has a certain combination of certain elements that give it a certain vibration or a certain energy or a certain frequency, right? So you guys with me so far? Put in the chat box like, yep, I'm with you. You feel like it's a very stereotypical science teacher name. That's so funny. Mr. Glick. It is, but he was so awesome. Like, he made science really fun. So what's really awesome about science is that they have been able to measure this, right? So if you can kind of imagine with me for a second, radio waves. And if we have to kind of turn our dial to tune into our favorite radio station, whether it's country, whether it's rock, whether it is top 40, whether it's the Christian station, like whatever that station might be, we have to turn our dial to the correct frequency or to the correct wavelength or radio wave to pick up that certain frequency, right? That certain channel. Well, our bodies really work the same way. And what's really interesting is that we are actually only able to see a very, very small portion with our eyes of this visible light. So as you can see on this chart, obviously there's a lot of different things: gamma rays, x-rays, ultraviolet, infrared, radio waves, right? These are things that we can't see, but they are all there in our atmosphere. Our cell phone is putting off a frequency and certain waves. You know, when we get an x-ray, that's putting off a certain wave. And we are only really able to see a very, very small portion of this energy that is all around us, and of this vibration that is all around us. So, and what's really, really great is that not only do all of the elements of earth around us have a certain frequency or a certain vibration or a certain energy, but so do our bodies. Every single cell has a certain frequency, whether it is our liver cell, whether it is our hair cells, whether it is our skin cells, whatever it might be, everything has a certain frequency. And what we're also really finding is that there are certain frequencies or vibrations that can be measured with our brain waves, right? We've seen like the EEG, how, maybe you watch some of the, maybe it's ER or Grey's Anatomy, or even just a science show on the Discovery Channel, where they're able to kind of put these little electrodes on our brain and measure what's going on in different brain activities. Maybe someone, they show them like an image, and then a certain part of the brain lights up and they're able to measure that, right? So this is where a lot of this is coming from. So as you can see, science has been able to really measure this stuff, which is really cool. How many of you guys think this is cool? I know for me, I'm such a nerd, so I, I geek out on all of this stuff. And so learning how to obviously operate our bodies optimally is really, really important when it comes to our mind, our body, and our spirit. And science is now able to measure this. So I love, love, love this example. So this is actually an example that measures the EEG, which is the brain waves, which you can see in blue, as well as the EKG, or the heart activity. And when somebody is when they're under stress, okay, this is what these two measurements are. It's the same person, but when they are under stress, as you can see, it literally makes their body, their head, and their heart go opposite each other, fight against each other. They are not in sync. They are not in flow. They are not vibrating together. They are not in alignment. Now, here's the miracle. When we step into now appreciation, when we step into the feelings of gratitude, when we step into something that we are thankful for, all of a sudden, our head and our heart align. Don't you just love that? I mean, look at this measurement, right? The heart activity and the brain waves, they come into sync, they come into flow, and they start to align. And so this is just one example of what's really, really amazing about how science is now able to measure what our body does when we are coming from certain energies, or coming from certain what we call states in the personal development world, right? If we come from a state of gratitude, if we come from a state of love, if we come from a state of some of these different higher vibration things, literally our body gets into alignment, and it flows, and it vibrates at a much higher frequency. So I'm going to show you guys this. So I love this chart. And so this is actually, again, these are scientific measurements of the brain and the heart activity of what is going on when someone comes from, or when they imagine or put their body into certain states. Okay, so if you can look towards the bottom of this upside down birthday hat, you can kind of see it's more of this contracted vibrational energy. And so you can see, like, even that little wavelength on the red, how it's a lot longer of a wave, it's a lot slower of a wave compared to then when you get towards the top of that, the wavelengths, they go a lot faster. And so the whole idea of what I'm trying to get here is that we want to raise our vibration, we want to raise our energy, we want to get in alignment with our mind, body, and spirit, so that we can then attract and align with being the bridge of heaven, from heaven to earth, and stepping into that higher vibration and that higher consciousness of where God is calling us to be. So back down towards the bottom of this birthday, of this little cone of this measurement of this birthday hat, towards those contracted energies. As you can see, we're looking at shame, which has a really low vibration of 20, which is megahertz. Guilt has a low vibration. Apathy, right? If we're just not doing anything. Grief, if we are stuck in fear, and this desire, this is more like envy, like comparison, envy, like, oh, they have something that I want, like, I hope that something bad happens to them so that I can have it. Or it's almost this state of lack, right? It's almost this state like rich people are, they're greedy. Like, I wish I had money. It's kind of this lower vibration energy. And then as we kind of move up the scale, as we get into courage, as we get into more of neutrality, which is more of like being able to see things from multiple angles without having to like take sides or like put someone down for having a different opinion than we have, or a different belief than we have. And then all of a sudden we get into willingness, right? This openness. We get into acceptance that things happen for a reason, right? That trust. We get into love. We get into joy. We get into peace. We get into these higher vibration things that are more expanded. And all of a sudden they become this super attractor for the things that, the hopes and the dreams that have been in our heart, and that are there for a reason. So as you can see, those things, they start to vibrate a lot higher. Now, when it comes to our body, obviously there are a lot of different ways that we need to learn how to control and how to operate, right? Remember when I said that we don't necessarily have a manual when it comes to our body, when it comes to operating this mind, body, and spirit. And so as you can see, when our body is in alignment, when we are in flow, there is a higher vibration. We give off this magnetic attraction. We are more clear. We are more focused. And then when it comes to our energy fields, when it comes to our vibration, it's more expansive. And then when it comes to disruption, right? If we are out of alignment, if we are not in gratitude, if we are stuck in fear, if we are stuck in these limiting beliefs, if we are stuck in a state of lack instead of abundance, if we are not honoring our body and treating it the way that we should and loving our bodies, then we get into this space of disruption where our energy is kind of scrambled. And like you saw, like the head and the heart, they don't align. And that really messes with the energy that we put out, with our personal vibration that we put out. So ways to really make sure that we are able to raise our vibration and be in that state of flow is to make sure that we are in gratitude, that we are in kindness, that we come from a space of love, joy, passion, forgiveness, acceptance, that we are in the sunshine, that we are in nature, that we are breathing deeply, that we are honoring our body by doing yoga and exercise, laughing, smiling, hugging, singing, dancing, doing things like earthing, putting your bare feet in the grass, in the ground, feeding our body with raw, natural, whole foods, listening to relaxing music, and being creative. When it comes to then things that disrupt our flow or disrupt our vibration or energy, things like junk food, alcohol, toxic relationships, negative thoughts, those limiting beliefs, that being stuck in fear or grief, or apathy, things like environmental toxins, whether it's smog or, there's chemicals on and in our food. There's even different chemicals that are in our water and on the dyes of our clothes, different things like that. Eating too much excess red meat, especially if it's not organic and grass-fed, things, sugar, medication, radiation, fighting, yelling, arguing, fear, holding on to the past, not being able to let go of that stuff, anger, resentment, guilt. So as you guys can see, there's this kind of a big deal, especially when it comes to stepping into your purpose and being open and being ready to attract and to bring in and to accept all that our Creator has for us. So if that makes sense for you guys, put in the chat, like raise your hand, like say, yes, this makes sense. This scientific view of some of this, what could seem a little woo-woo, is actually really proven by science. So put in the chat if you guys are with me. Like, I love, love, love teaching about this stuff because it's not as far out there as people think, but it really, really matters when it comes to stepping into our purpose and learning how to operate our mind, body, and spirit. All right, number 2, in our VIA, and that road map to uncovering our purpose is intuition. So intuition versus ego. And this is a really let's see, hold on, we've got a couple people in the chat. Makes sense. You love the concept that when we are in aligned, we attract what you desire. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're going to have more clarity on the hopes and the dreams and the visions that you've been given. And we'll get into some of that in just a second. So I love that. Great job, you guys. Keep those chat comments coming. I love them. So as we get into intuition versus ego. I know you guys, we obviously went through a lot of stuff when it comes to the ego mind, that inner critic, those limiting beliefs that hold us back. And what's really interesting about our intuition versus our ego is it's kind of like this, if you think back in the day, if you imagine with me for a moment, it's kind of like this, those cartoons that we used to watch where it was like there was the little devil on the shoulder and then the angel on the shoulder, and they're trying to convince this cartoon character to do something or to not do something. And that is really the difference between our ego and our intuition. Our ego is going to be, it doesn't make sense. It is going to hold us back and keep us safe and keep us in our comfort zone. It's going to attack people. It's going to gossip about people. It's going to tell you that you don't have what it takes, that you're not good enough. All of these limiting beliefs that hold us back. And then our intuition, that voice of truth inside, whatever it is that you might believe, right? Whether it's God, source, spirit, universe, whatever it might be, you fill in the blank for you. But it's that voice of truth inside. And it's what I've learned throughout my journey is that it's not the loud voice, right? That all of a sudden, if we're trying to do something out of our comfort zone or create something or sell something or do something new or be around new people or level up in different areas of our life, it's usually the ego that is screaming at us in our internal monologue to not do that. And when we are able to then quiet down and to detach from these limiting beliefs, like what we have started to work on in this challenge, we're able to really hone back in to that intuition, that voice of truth. That again, it's not the loudest voice, but it's that voice of truth that when we are able to tap in, when we are able to listen in, that's going to be the one that we want to listen to. That's going to be the words that speak life and hope and truth and life and worth and courage and love into your spirit and guide you into the right places. And how many of you guys know that when we come to forks in the road, learning to hear and understand the difference between our ego mind or our inner critic compared to that voice of truth, like that's a big deal. That is a big deal. I remember for me when I was just starting to learn about this concept, it was in college, and I had kind of started to remember this stuff. And it was back in college, and I was transferring schools because of my first school, I had played volleyball, got recruited there to play volleyball, and the coach that recruited me ended up transferring to a new school after my first year. And so all of a sudden we got this new coach, and he ended up being a disaster, like a hot mess. And 9 girls, including myself, we ended up like turning in our resignation because we didn't want to play for this coach. And so I came to this fork in the road, and I remember trying to figure out what school I wanted to go back to or go to. And because I was kind of in this space of not feeling like I belonged, like that I'd been rejected, that this coach actually told me that I would never be put in the game because he didn't like my personality. And so for me, like having loved something and worked for something so hard for my entire life and got a scholarship to go to college for volleyball for this thing, in my family, we didn't have a ton of money. And so this was like the way that I was going to get through college. So much of my hopes and my dreams were in this decision. And all of a sudden, because this coach didn't like my personality, I felt wrong for being who I was and really had a big decision to make. And I remember as I was looking at different colleges, I wanted to go back where I went to high school, which was in Virginia. And I knew some of my friends were still going to this school back in Virginia, but my family had moved to Idaho. And my family, they became friends with this other volleyball coach, and my brother was playing baseball for her husband. And but I was like, well, what the heck is in Idaho? Like, Idaho sucks. Like, I'm not even gonna like it there. There's only potatoes. So I came to this fork in the road where my intuition was saying go to Idaho, but my ego, and I didn't know it at the time, but I wanted to go back to a place where I was comfortable, where I felt like I belonged, where I felt like I knew people, and where I wasn't rejected. And so I came to this fork in the road, and I ended up going to college for a year back in Virginia. And what's really interesting is that when we take these different forks in the road and we listen to our ego and not to our intuition, things have a tendency to fall apart. And that's what happened. Things started to unravel for me when I was in Virginia. And I quickly realized where I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is not where I'm supposed to be. And so I kind of took this detour in my journey, and ended up then the next year transferring to Idaho and loving it and making the national team. And we got top 9 in the nation and got almost a full ride scholarship and had an incredible time and ended up falling in love with Idaho. And this is where I live now. But I took this detour into Virginia, and it was a decision that was based off of fear. And it was a decision that was based off of my ego, and which again, I didn't necessarily know it at the time. And it's a decision that I still pay for every single month with my student loans. Where the other schools, I had gotten almost a full ride scholarship, but this little detour cost me about $40,000 in school loans. So obviously, as you guys can see, there is a really big importance in learning to decipher the difference between our ego and our intuition. Now, besides just deciphering and learning to, okay, like, this is my ego voice, or this is a decision based off of fear compared to this is that voice of truth, my intuition, there also becomes an importance of trusting yourself and trusting what that voice of truth is telling you, even when it's scary, even when you're afraid, even when your inner critic or your ego brain is telling you everything opposite of that. There's an importance in trusting yourself. And so learning to tap into that voice of truth and that intuition is really, really important. And then obviously, like I mentioned, learning to trust yourself and hearing that voice is also hugely important. So what I recommend is obviously being still, doing things like meditation, doing things that detach you from your limiting beliefs that hold you back from that inner critic, spending time alone in the quiet, being still, and just starting to get to know that voice of truth inside. There's a verse that I love where it says that the sheep know the shepherd's voice. And it's because they've been around them. They have heard the voice a lot. They talk to that voice a lot, right? Like, I can pick out my husband's voice from anybody in the crowd. When my son cries or whines or yells mommy in a group of 20 other kids, I instinctually know that that's his voice because I have heard it so much. I'm so familiar with it and I trust it. And that only comes with intimacy and time spent. So does that make sense, you guys? Put in the chat if you guys are still with me, if you are picking up what I'm putting down, if you are understanding this concept and seeing why these things are so important. Go ahead and put in the chat box. All right, you guys. Awesome. Awesome. So next thing, the letter A in our VIA, abundance and manifestation. So this is a really, really fun topic because I'm such a firm believer that that the creator of the universe, that he is abundant. There is nothing that he lacks. And for us, as his creation, we have the choice to believe that and to step into that and to bring that into our life. So as you guys learned, everything is energy, right? And so our thoughts begin as energy, just like we saw that EKG can measure our thoughts, and then our emotions amplify it. And what's really amazing about our body is that when we think something, it sends a signal throughout our entire body that then goes back to our brain to reconfirm that feeling. And so as you can see, our thoughts begin that energy, then our emotions amplify it, and then the action based off of that feeling increases the momentum. And so one of my mentors, Robin Sharma, obviously I'm sure you guys have heard quotes about focus, but he said, like, what you focus on grows, what you think about expands, and what you dwell upon determines your destiny. So what you guys focus on, right? Are we focusing on those limiting beliefs, those negative thoughts, those things that hold us back, that keep us playing small? What we think about, right? It's if we tend to replay that our ages of from 0 to 7, what we think about, right? Do we not have what it takes? Is money bad? Am I not worthy of it? Am I stuck in fear? That's going to expand what we focus on and either keep us playing small or empower us to shine our light bright. And so when we dwell upon those things, that determines whether or not we step into our destiny and whether or not we receive the abundance and everything that God has for us. So the interesting part, obviously, about this human experience is that, let me go to the next slide here, is that things happen, right? Not everything is rainbows and roses. We go through stuff that starts to stack on limiting beliefs in our lives. This is where we start to hear, whether it's from at a young age from other people around us, that we aren't good enough, that we're not smart enough, that we've got to be perfect, that nobody loves me, that I can't do it, that I'm going to fail, that I'm going to get rejected, right? All of a sudden, all these limiting beliefs start to stack up, and we start to build up this wall of resistance around our heart. We start to dim our light, and we start to believe these limiting beliefs, right? We start to not move towards our goals. We start to not unpack and discover our dreams that God has given us. We can get so stuck in our head, get under stress, anxiety. We can put ourselves in a box. And I know that for me, like, I was totally there, right? We can numb ourselves. We can just, whether it's with food, binging, or with food or substances or alcohol or addictions, just to get those voices to shut up. And what eventually happens is that we dim our light. Now, if you guys read in my book, and as I've shared with you guys, I was there. I had been through so many painful experiences and heard so many hurtful words throughout my life, that I was too much for some people and that I was not enough for other people, and that I was always made to feel wrong for the way that I was made. I felt like I was a mistake. I felt like I didn't belong. And I dimmed my light. I put up masks. I was a people pleaser. I was a perfectionist. I was stuck in fear, feeling like I didn't have a voice, or even if I was going to say something, that it wasn't valid and people were going to think I was stupid and I was going to be rejected. And so what's really interesting is that when this happens, we can get stuck in a cycle. These painful experiences and how we interpret them, how our brain connects the dots and generalizes them and makes conclusions, then leads to limiting beliefs, which leads to skewed thinking, which then leads to fear-based choices, which leads to misguided actions, which leads to painful experiences, right? It goes over and over and over. And it's this negative downward cycle that goes back down, that if you imagine back to that upside down birthday hat, right? That vibration cone. We're now in this contracted energy. We're in this lower vibration state, and we are making fear-based choices when we are that keep us out of alignment from what God really has for us. And we keep doing things because we haven't learned the lessons. We haven't detached from these limiting beliefs. And we haven't gotten back into that space of higher vibration. So if you guys have learned anything about me, I'm not one that just wants to stay on the surface. I'm not one that just wants to like, oh, okay, like here's some, like some surface confidence, and here's some lip gloss, and pull your shoulders back, and hey, you're confident, friend. Like, I'm the one that wants to get to the root. I want to dive deep. I don't care. I mean, I care about the fruit, but that's not where I want to start. And it's because I know that real change happens when we get to the root of things, which is why we dove deep in this challenge, which is why I had you guys make that house, dive into your past, dive into those limiting beliefs, so that we could uproot those things and detach from them and begin to change behaviors, change beliefs, change feelings, based off of the word of truth and who you really are. So to sum it up, if you guys are with me, type in the chat box. So to sum it up, right, our thoughts turn into our words, and our words turn into our actions, and our actions turn into our habits, and our habits turn into our character, and our character turns into our destiny. And so my entire intention, and what I truly and wholeheartedly know and believe, is that because I'm a person that I love to dive deep, and I love everything that this is all about, for you to shine bright, for me to shine bright, for all of us to unapologetically step into our God-given purpose, that we've got to start at the deeper foundation. We've got to start at those roots. And that's what this is all about. So if you guys are with me, type in the chat box. It's say, yes, this is making sense to me. I'm here with you. I'm ready to change my thoughts. I'm ready to uproot those limiting beliefs, tell myself different words so that I can take different actions, so that my actions lead to different habits, so that my habits lead to a better character, so that my character can step into and fulfill my God-given destiny. Let's check this chat box. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. You totally get it. This is good stuff. Yes, you're with me. Awesome. So glad, you guys. So at this point, you may be feeling a little bit like this girl. I know that was a lot of information to go over in a short amount of time. And I know that it was kind of like a fire hose to the face, and like, wow, like, holy crap, like, am I supposed to do all this stuff, like, so that I can like uncover my purpose, and how do I do this? And you might be having a lot of questions. You might be feeling like you still have so much to learn. But I want to reassure you that this is all about immersion. So if you think about wanting to learn another language, and yes, you can take classes, which, don't get me wrong, I took 5 years of Spanish in high school and in college, and I learned a lot of stuff about Spanish. But I can honestly tell you that because I don't use it every day, or because I'm not immersed in that culture, it just kind of goes by the wayside. But every year, my husband and I, and we've started to take my son, but we go to Mexico. It's one of our favorite countries. We love it there. We love guacamole. We love the people. We love the culture. And so every single time we go, It's this immersive experience where within like a day or two, my Spanish comes right back and I'm having conversations with people and finding out about their family and what they do for a living. And it's just this immersive experience where we are in the culture, we are talking with people. And I kind of fumble a little bit in the beginning and how, it's like kind of my brain has to kind of figure stuff out again. But all of a sudden it just like clicks. And all of a sudden I'm just like speaking Spanish and it's awesome. And so that's what this is all about. It's kind of about this immersive experience. And so the start of that was this 14 Days to Unshakable Confidence Challenge. And I know that we're getting towards the end of it. And so you might be kind of wondering like, well, shoot, like what's next? Like, what do I do with all this stuff that I just learned about? Or what happens if another limiting belief comes up? Or what do I do if something else triggers this negative thought cycle and I end up back where I was? Well, rest assured, my friend, I have something for you with what's next. And it is immersion. It is total immersion so that when you dive in, we are going to uncover your purpose, unlock your gifts, and unapologetically allow you to own your truth so that you can unleash your potential in the world to make a meaningful impact. And I am so excited to announce that it is my Meant for More master class. Okay, you guys, I'm like so excited for this because this is the immersion. This is the immersion to allow you to step into your purpose, that teaches you how to raise your vibration, that really allows you to dive deep into this stuff to help you find your voice, to let go of those limiting beliefs at a deeper level, and to really unapologetically shine your light. All right, you guys, are you excited to learn about this? I know I am. Okay. So you might be wondering, like, okay, who is this Meant for More masterclass for? And it is perfect for those that are ready to powerfully and strategically step into the next level of finding and fulfilling their purpose so that they can make a meaningful impact. That's what this is all about. Someone that is ready to powerfully and strategically step into their next level. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to build your influence. Maybe you want to help others with your message, with the things that you have gone through. You want to learn more about leadership. You want to be a leader worth following. Maybe you want to own the room, whether that is from the stage or in whatever your room you walk into. You want to find your voice and find your message. So when it comes to this Meant for More masterclass, what you're going to get within this entire comprehensive immersion program, first, you're going to get the Meant for More home study program. And this home study program is all done right from the comfort of your own home or your computer or your phone, wherever you are at. And this has a $2,997 value. Now, this Meant for More home study program, within Module 1, we are going over more intuition and less ego. We are going into learning what it means to make friends with your ego. We are going into learning how to hear your intuition and trust that voice. We're going to get into techniques of letting go of those limiting beliefs, especially when they circle back around. And then you guys are going to have access to my meditation and my visualization library, which is very, very comprehensive. We get into not only deeper forgiveness, we get into rooting, we get into grounding, we get into light sourcing, we get into protecting yourself energetically. We get into releasing anxiety. We get into releasing childhood wounds. So this meditation and visualization library is awesome. So now module 2 within the home study course is more power from your message. And this is all about helping you find your voice, turning your mess into your message, and allowing your story to come out in a way that touches and impacts others. And there's techniques to making sure that you have a hold of your message and not that your message has a hold of you. I'm going to teach you guys about the power of your story, because there really is power in that. And being able to find your voice is so important when it comes to understanding the power of your story. The next thing we're going to go over is discovering the valuable lessons from your past, and also how to package them together with the art of storytelling. Because for centuries on centuries, since the beginning of time, stories were what were passed down, right? People don't necessarily care about facts and figures. It's the stories of either what someone has gone through or how they were able to overcome something. That is what really matters. And so I'm going to teach you guys the art of storytelling. I'm also going to teach you guys about how to connect with others using story, which is also creates the know you, like you, and trust you, even on social media. Now, I know that you guys, if you either saw my Facebook ad or if you saw, obviously, my website where you signed up for the challenge, there's power in the story and in being able to connect with others. I'm sure that there were times where I've had people tell me this, but that they were reading my story or the parts that I was talking about, or they're like, I totally felt like you were talking to me. And what this does is it creates know you, like you, and trust you factor, so that whatever your business is, whatever the lessons that you are wanting to share with others, or the resources that you're wanting to share with others, people won't do business with you, or they won't enroll with you or what you're talking about or believe what you're saying until they know you, like you, and trust you and connect with you. And that's what this is all about. Module number 3 in the home study course is more confidence. So this 14 days to unshakable confidence was just the tip of the iceberg. There is a lot more below the surface. And so one of the things I'm going to teach you how to do in the more confidence module is to train your body to feel confident so that your brain follows. Our body will never go where our brain doesn't. And so this is a huge concept. I'm also going to teach you guys how to gain instant access to the greatness that is already inside of you. And this is a really, really incredible technique that was a game changer for me. The next one is learning how to own any room that you walk into. So whether you want to speak in front of people, whether you are in business, whether you go to networking events, maybe you go to a conference, whatever it might be, whether it's date night, whether it is a room full of other people that you feel intimidated by, whatever it might be, I teach you how to own any room that you walk into. And then we're also going to dive a lot deeper into confidently owning the gifts that you have been given with your unique design. This is the in-depth training when it comes to some of the personality tests, how we show up if we are a certain personality, how we show up as a different one when we are under stress compared to when we are comfortable. So this is really an in-depth training. And then, because you guys know me, I can't go without talking about fashion and makeup tutorials to match the inside and the outside. I do have a makeup tutorial. I think there's 5 of them, and I go in depth with each different technique for your eyes and for your contouring and for coloring and for keeping your makeup all day, every day, and then as well as fashion tips that allow you to match, again, the inside and the outside, which really gives you that next level of confidence. So, and then more. Imagine what those things could do for you. It's so, so fun. Module number 4, in the home study course, we go over more abundance. And so with this, we're going to be learning about the power of being a super attractor and the power of manifestation. This is all about bringing the things that you see in your heart, in your mind's eye, to fruition, being a magnet for these things. I include visualization techniques that will show you how to attract what you want in your life and what you've always hoped for. We're also going to be talking about getting rid of the money blocks so that you can call in and attract more abundance, including things like making money while you sleep. Because there's a lot of really fun techniques and tips and resources when it comes to abundance, especially in today's age. And I want to teach you guys all about those things. And imagine what that could do for you if all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and you've made a few $100s and you don't have to clock in and clock out all the time, or you could be doing something that you love and creating something that you love and helping people that you want to help and serving people that you want to serve. And all of a sudden you are making money while you sleep or while you are with your kids. And that's what this is really all about. And there's lots more stuff. So imagine what that could look like for you. And now module number 5 within the home study course is all about more influence. And I'm such a firm believer that this is something that is built and it doesn't just happen. So I'm going to teach you guys how to build your influence in person and online. I'm also going to teach you guys how to build a powerful network, because we are the sum of the 5 people that we surround ourselves with. And there is power in not what you know, but who you know. Next thing, I'm going to give you social media tips on how to increase your influence on social media, how to build your brand, how to reach others, how to be congruent with what it is that you are saying, with your voice, with who you are reaching, with who you're talking to, with your target audience, so that all of a sudden the people that are listening to you and consuming your content and looking at your brand are the exact people that you want to be surrounded with and who you want to be helping. And then I'm going to teach you how to use your message and the lessons that you learned to help others and get paid for it. So if you maybe have felt like, okay, like I've been through some stuff and I want to help people with it, I'm going to teach you how to be able to take this stuff and package it in a way so that you can help others and get paid for it. So something, whether it's something similar to like what I'm doing with you guys with the online coaching, or maybe you want to write a book, or maybe you want to have a blog, maybe you want to have a membership course, maybe you want to lead a workshop, maybe you want to speak on stage, whatever it is, we are going over that. And that's a big deal on how to build your influence. So the inside scoop when it comes to the Meant for More Masterclass, we are starting in January. So we are kicking off 2019 right, my friend. This is all about making 2019, intentionally choosing for 2019 to be your year. Now, most, if not all of the classes will actually be live, because you will be a founding member if you do choose to join the Meant for More Masterclass. You will have lifetime access to the recordings in the members area. This is a really fun thing, because I can't tell you how many times where I have gotten coaching courses from other high-level influencers, and I go back over and over and over and rewatch things or re-listen to things, because every single time I go back, I pull out a new nugget, a new thing of inspiration, a new thing of wisdom, a new tip, a new tool, a new strategy. And it's because at that time when I go back to it, I'm ready for it, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. So you're going to have lifetime access to this stuff. And then you're also going to strategically utilize this information so that you can powerfully step into 2019. Now, imagine what that would look like. I know we're getting towards the end of this year, obviously. And it's like looking back, it's like, did you achieve your goals? Did you do what you wanted to do when you were sitting down and planning out 2018 and your goals and your theme for the year or your New Year's resolutions? Like, did you get there? And if not, then we are going to strategically utilize this Meant for More masterclass, this information, so that you can powerfully step into 2019 and achieve the goals that you want. So again, that's the Meant for More home study program that's valued at $2,997. The next thing you're going to get with this masterclass is a 90-day membership to the Meant for More coaching circle, which is a $2,997 value. So with the coaching circle, we have a 60-minute group coaching circle or coaching call with me, Zoom call, so face-to-face via Zoom with our group. And we are having live coaching calls every other week, so twice a month. And then I'm also, because I've learned how to develop that high vibe tribe, that powerful network, I'm also bringing in some special guests that are going to coach you and teach you and train you on some different techniques. And so every single month you are going to get a special high-level influencer that will not only coach you, but teach you what is going on in the world in personal development and how you can implement that in your life. So again, we've got the Meant for More home study program at $2,997. We've got the 90-day membership to the Meant for More coaching circle at $2,997. You're also going to get lifetime access to the Meant for More masterclass Facebook group. This is a $1,000 value, and because this is going to be your high vibe tribe. This is where you belong. This is where you are going to be accepted and challenged to step into your purpose. This is where you can post something and get feedback. This is where you might meet your future business partner. This is where you might come up with an incredible idea, or if you have something and you post it in the group and you're getting feedback, and all of a sudden your idea turns into this incredible thing. Your lifetime access to this masterclass Facebook group, which also means access to a very, very powerful network of people. So next, what you're also going to get, so we've got our Meant for More home study program at $2,997 value. We've got the 90-day membership to the Meant for More coaching circle for $2,997 value. The lifetime access to the Meant for More masterclass Facebook group, $1,000 value. And then you're also going to be eligible for Meant for More awards. Now these are really, really fun. And it's because within the masterclass Facebook group, I'm also going to have little challenges within there. And so that might be like, okay, like reach out to like whatever, who these people, or let's build this thing, or, like who can do this program, or who can go through these books. Like there's just going to be these really, really fun, challenges within the Facebook group. And I'm such a firm believer in acknowledging and rewarding action takers and those that are doing the work. And so I love to reward and shower people and give people gifts for their action taking and for the hard work that they are doing. And so those are priceless. And plus, if you like a little bit of the competition, those are always really fun as well. So we've got your Meant for More home study program valued at $2,997. Your 90-day membership to the Meant for More coaching circle valued at $2,997 value. We've got lifetime access to the Meant for More Facebook masterclass, $1,000 value. The eligibility for Meant for More awards, which is priceless. And I'm also going to add in a bonus. I really believe that we are mind, body, and spirit. And so this is going to be instant access to my Vibe High home study course. And this has a $1,997 value. So within my Vibe High home study course, this is all about mind, body, and spirit. And so with this, high vibe minds, we've got affirmations, we've got things that help you get into action. We've got journaling exercises, recommended books and resources for you guys to dive in, because what goes in your mind starts to reframe and retrain those thoughts that go that we start to think and get into that thought cycle and that belief cycle. The next one is high vibe body. So I have pre-recorded 6 workouts that you can do anywhere. This is all about body weight. There are a couple workouts that you use a little bit of lighter weights, but you can literally do them anywhere. And I'm such a firm believer that movement is an incredible way to raise your vibration, to raise your energy, to raise your confidence, to feel incredible, and to even get out energy blocks. I also included a bonus cardio workout as well as a bonus core blast workout. There's also Nutrition 101. You have access to tons of healthy and easy recipes that I made and cooked myself, as well as information on a high vibe detox that is perfect for resetting your body, for raising your vibration, for getting mental clarity, and really shedding out, getting rid of any of those toxins that kind of get absorbed into our body that slow it down. And then we're also going to get into high vibe spirit. So part 3 within this vibe high home study course, meditations, visualizations, and affirmations. So again, what you're going to get in the Meant for More masterclass is your Meant for More home study program. Again, as founding members, you guys are going to get, if not all of the trainings, they will be live as founding members, $2,997 value. And 90-day membership to the Meant for More coaching circle, a $2,997 value. Lifetime access to the Meant for More Facebook masterclass is a $1,000 value. Eligibility for the Meant for More awards is priceless. Plus, they're super fun. And then bonus Vibe High Home Study course, a $1,997 value. And then last but not least, I'm also going to give you bonus access to next month's challenge, including the backstage pass. So that is a $197 value. So total value, as you guys can see with all of this stuff, it is about to the total value is $9,188. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, what the heck is value? Where did these numbers come from? And what's really interesting is one of my coaches, she shared this concept with me, which I loved. And there's a difference between price compared to value. And when it comes to value, this is all about the transformational value. So if you were if you needed brain surgery and you went to one of the best surgeons and you were going to go have brain surgery from him, he's like, I've got this great technique. It's only going to take me, a few minutes, and it's going to cost you $30,000. You're like, well, I don't know, like the price is $30,000. Like, I kind of want you to actually spend some more time in my brain and like root around in there and kind of like spend some more time in there. No, like we don't want that. Like we want quick transformation. We want the best techniques. And so that's the difference in value. And so I want you guys to imagine with me for a moment and ask yourself, if all this did was finally allowed you to get rid of the clutter in your mind, get focused and clear, would it be worth it? If all it did was give you a kick in the booty to get into action and the strategic, correct action, would it be worth it? No more throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks. This is the right action. If all this did was help you gain the confidence you need to show up in a way that you know that you should show up, would it be worth it? If all this did was help you get rid of limiting beliefs, including the money blocks, and so that you can finally begin to bring into your life what you want, would it be worth it? If all this did was help you begin to build the influence online and offline so that others will hear you, see you, notice you, listen to you, want you to help them, would it be worth it? And if all this did was finally allowed you to live in alignment and begin to build a life based around alignment and building a business and a life that you love, would it be worth it? What is owning your truth? What is shining your light unapologetically? What is stepping into and fulfilling your purpose worth to you? Is it worth $5,000? Is it worth $10,000? Is it worth $25,000? Maybe more? I know for me, my 6+ year learning curve, it cost me about $1,000, or excuse me, $100,000. But I can tell you it was worth every single penny because it helped me discover my purpose and to be firm in that and unapologetic in that. It helped me find my message and share my voice. Help me gain confidence inside and out. Help me build my brand, increase my influence. Help me create a full-time residual income and create an incredible business online. And it helped me create a body, a business, and a life that I absolutely freaking love. So I will say, you guys, the Meant for More Masterclass, it isn't available anywhere else. And if I do open it up to the public, it will likely be priced at $2,597. But for you guys, as my special challenge, as my Unshakable Confidence Challenge members, I have a special challenge price of only $997. That's it. $997. Quit going to Starbucks next year. And you get this masterclass. You're going to save $1,600. So you can head over to www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass. Now, this is only going to be open for a short time, for a few days, you guys. And I do have a bonus for my first 5 fast movers, for my action takers, for those that are ready to go all in and to immerse themselves. I'm going to give you a bonus 30-minute private coaching session with me via Zoom, so face-to-face online, which is a $250 value. So again, you can go over to don't forget that www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass. And I will say, so if you are a U.S. resident, PayPal has a really awesome option for where you get 6 months, no interest, no payments if you qualify. So you can always head over to PayPal and do the PayPal credit. Because I want to make sure that whoever believes that they are ready for this can get into this, and finances shouldn't be what holds us back, right? So who is this a great fit for? Who the Meant for More Masterclass? Who is a good fit for this? Someone that is open, coachable, and trainable. Someone that is sick and tired of being in the same place, being stuck, not moving forward, going around the same freaking circles over and over and over. Who else is a great fit for this class? Is someone that is ready to take action. Someone else that's a great fit is if what you are currently doing has not been working to help you create a life that you love. Remember, this is immersion, and this is what this is all about. Who else is a great fit is if your ego is giving you excuses right now at this very moment. It is talking you out of it, but your heart is excited and your heart is saying, oh my gosh, this is the immersion that I need. This is what I should be doing. This is what I want to join. If your heart is saying yes, but your ego is yelling at you, that means that you need this class, and this class would be a great fit for you. And if this is a great class for you, you are a good fit if you are ready to live in alignment. Remember that head and the heart, getting things in alignment and in flow, and immersing yourself in the right things to go into your brain, into your mind, into your body, into your soul. Go to www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass. Now, there are also people that are not a good fit, and that is okay. So who is not a good fit is if you are content staying where you are, if you're not ready to grow, if you're not ready to get in action. Who else is not a good fit? Know-it-alls. You guys, if you know it all, like, you clearly don't need me, and that's okay. Like, you got it. You know it all. Go, girl. Who is not a good fit if you are not ready to let go of your excuses, if you are still listening to your ego, if you are not listening to your heart and your intuition, that inner voice of truth, if you're not ready to let go of your excuses, and if you're not willing to take action. Remember that our entire definition of confidence was taking action regardless of the feeling with trust, right? So it's with trust at the outcome, that it's happening for you, that you are exactly where you need to be, listening to exactly what it is that you need to take. And you have to be willing to take the action, regardless of if you are afraid, regardless if your ego is yelling at you that you don't have the time, you don't have the money, you don't have the whatever it might be, you're not enough, or you're going to get rejected, right? All of that stuff, this baseline of confidence is all based on that. But Charity, can you guarantee I'll make my money back? Well, my friend, I will be honest as always with you. I cannot guarantee that you will make your money back. That is up to you. I can give you the resources, but it's up to you to do the work. But Charity, I don't have time. Well, my friend, then that is either an excuse and you're not ready to give it up, or you legit, like, it's not the right timing. And that's okay too, because there is the right timing for everything. And if this isn't a priority to you, then it will not show up in your calendar. And that was something that another coach of mine told me, right? And that was when I was writing my book. If you want to write a book, show me where it's at in your calendar. And so I had to make the time because it was important to me, and I knew that it was the next step. So I made time. I got rid of the things, the habits, the things that were filling up my calendar that did not serve me and where I was going. But Charity, I'm broke. This, I definitely can understand this. We didn't grow up with a lot of money by any means. And there were things, we cut coupons, and there were things that we couldn't do. So maybe it's not the right time if you're broke. If you need to go get another job to save up for this, then hey, maybe that's where you're at, and that's okay. But if your ego is saying you're broke or you don't have the time or the money, but you go to Starbucks or buy things like that, then you're not broke. It's just not a priority. And I want to challenge your thinking on that. So if you guys have headed over to www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass, I want to welcome our new group of masterclass students to the tribe. I am so stinking excited for those of you guys that said yes, for those of you guys that are ready to get into action, get over your excuses, tap into the potential, and strategically unlock your purpose and who you are being called to be. So you guys, we are rounding out the end of this, okay? So again, what you're going to get in the Meant for More masterclass, we've got the Meant for More home study program, where we are going over your more intuition, less ego, right? We're learning to make friends with your ego, hearing your intuition, tapping into that voice of truth. We're going over more power from your message, more confidence, more abundance, more influence. That is just the home study program. Again, where you are going to be able, as founding members, get access to those trainings live, which everyone else, as they join, as I continue this program, they will have access to the replays. And so there's something really, really magical to those first action takers, to those first people that say yes and get to be on it live. Okay, so that's valued at $2,997. You're also going to get your 90-day membership to the Meant for More coaching circle. 90 days face-to-face on Zoom with our high vibe tribe, coaching every other week with me, as well as other influencers in the different spaces that we are talking about. Okay. And what's really fun about this is the live breakthroughs. This is the live questions, answers to your questions. This is the live coaching. And that's what the coaching circle is all about, valued at $2,997. So again, go to www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass. If you guys have questions, email them over to charity@charitymajors.com. So I can make sure to check those as we are here. And I'm just going to put the link here in the chat so you can click right on over to that. Again, you're also going to have lifetime access to the Meant for More Facebook group for the masterclass. This is $1,000 value, you guys. As this class grows, as this program grows, more and more people are going to be in it. And this is going to be your high vibe tribe where you are surrounded by like-minded people. You are surrounded by a tribe of people that are literally in your corner. They're cheering you on, that are not going to let you stay stuck, that will help you mastermind and brainstorm on different ideas that you might have, that will give you feedback, that will draw out the best in you, and you get lifetime access to this. You're also going to be eligible for the Meant for More awards. Again, priceless. If you like competition, we are going to have fun with this stuff, and I'm going to award your action. I'm going to award those who get into action, you guys. It's so fun. So again, go to www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass. Let's see here. We also have, let's see, I think there's a little question in the chat. Is there a way to pay other than PayPal? Your mobile only shows a link to pay with PayPal. It should show up on the website with a link to pay right then and there. Let me message my tech gal really quick. This is why I love that we are live. Another question that came in, let me see here. Let me just write my tech gal really quick here about that PayPal link. Okay, we will see if she gets the message. She's usually pretty good about it. So I'll have her check that out there, Lisa. So next question. I'm going to be out of town for the next few weeks. Obviously, Christmas is coming up. I totally get it. How long do I have to access the training? So again, you guys are going to have lifetime access to this stuff. We don't start the masterclass and the home study class until January. So you guys are going to have instant access to my affirmations, my meditations, the Vibe High Home Study course that has the workouts, that has the nutrition stuff, that has a lot of different resources. You're going to have instant access to the makeup and the fashion tutorials. And I think, like I said, there's like 6 modules for that one alone. And then we dive into the course in January. It'll be towards the end of January because we're going to do one more challenge, which again, you guys get access to next month's challenge. So the full challenge along with the backstage pass for January. So if you felt like you were a little bit behind or just things happened and it's a busy month or whatever it might be, you get to dive in deep again and do it as a leader. I will acknowledge you guys as leaders since you guys have been through this class, and you guys will help set the tone for the class, which is awesome. So you're already going to build your influence. You're already going to build your leadership skills within this tribe. Um, you all, again, you'll have eligibility, or you're going to have that instant access to the Vibe High Home Study course. That's $1,997 value. So workouts, Vibe High from anywhere. And it literally is, you guys, when you go to www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass, as soon as you click that little buy button, it's going to show up in your members area. So you can dive into the makeup tutorials, you can dive into the meditations, dive into the affirmations, dive into the workouts, dive into the nutrition right away. Plenty of things to keep you busy, along with next month's challenge and the backstage pass. And then we dive into the Meant for More home study program, again, as founding members, which you guys get the live trainings starting in January. So again, all this stuff, the total value, $9,188. And you know what I love about this actually is the eights in the value of that. And that's the transformational value, you guys. Remember that. Because there are a lot of people out there that are doing stuff, but the transformation, it's not happening, right? They can have all the degrees in the world, all the whatever in the world, but it's all based on the transformation. And I know that I've not only experienced personal transformation, but I've been coaching with people on this stuff for years. This is the first time, like I said, that I'm kind of packaging it all together online, which is why I'm super, super excited about this. And so your getting started special challenge price is $997. So again, you can go to www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass. Let's see here. We have another question. Do you offer support if I get stuck? Well, of course, that's, you guys, that's what the Meant for More, the Masterclass Facebook group is all about. So as we're rounding out this month's challenge, that Masterclass Facebook group is where I will be every day. I've also been known to be doing extra live videos, extra trainings in there to make sure that you guys are getting your questions answered, especially as some of my Masterclass students. Now, I will say, obviously, I'm not necessarily going to be doing one-on-one coaching with you, because that is reserved for my inner circle and my high ticket clients. If you do want more information about that, feel free to shoot me a message or an email at charity@charitymajors.com, and we can definitely, I can send you an intake form, and we can see if you are a good fit for it. And that's a lot more in depth when it comes to your business branding and your funnel strategy and your website strategy and sales and Facebook ads and all of that stuff to get your message, market testing, get your message out. So that's not necessarily for everyone. But this Meant for More Masterclass, this is the immersion of what it is that we're talking about to, again, strategically step into that next level of fulfilling your purpose. And so if you do get stuck, of course, I'm going to offer that support within our Masterclass Facebook group. And then what's really awesome is you're also going to have access to, obviously, our friends that are in there, our high vibe tribe, the like-minded people that will also be able to see some pretty incredible angles to whatever it is that you might be stuck on. So, make sense, you guys? All right, let's see here. So Lisa, I heard back from my tech gal. Let's see here. Yep, she is confirming. She's checking it right now. The PayPal option is up there. She's checking it right now to double check to see if it was open. It was closed after last challenge. So it's probably just a matter of just pushing the reopen button. All right, next question. Do you have a payment plan? Actually, so I will say, you guys, so yes, the page is open, ready to go. So like I said, so the PayPal, they have the option for the 6 months, no payment, no interest option. But I will say I did add something new. And there is a payment plan option. Let me see here. We've got another little question in the chat. All right. And so it is a 3-month payment plan. And I'm pulling it up right now in my phone. All right, so the Meant for More Master Class. So when you click the Click to Join Now button, there is actually an option for 3 monthly payments for $375. So I do offer, and I just opened this up for this masterclass. It wasn't available for the people last month. And again, this is only open to you guys as my special challengers. And the doors close on this in 3 days, 2 hours, 26 minutes. And as I say this, 10 seconds. It's only open until Sunday. And that is because I don't have necessarily, or it's for the action takers, right? It's for those that are ready to get rid of their excuses, that are ready to immerse themselves and say yes, right? So it's not open. It's only open for a few more days through Sunday at midnight. Again, you can go to don't forget that www, that part is actually important, wearemeantformore.com/masterclass. All right, good question. There's a payment plan, you guys. Let's see here. Next question. How do I access the training? Well, I love this one because technology is super amazing. So when you join the Meant for More Masterclass, what's really amazing about the platform that I use for my online coaching is that there will be a special within your members area. So the one that you have access to for this challenge, there will be a new section that opens up that literally unlocks specific to you as my Meant for More Masterclass elite students. It is a special portal or a special tab that has a bunch of the trainings, and those will unlock the moment that you say yes, the moment that you join the class, the moment that you go to www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass and click the join button and sign up. So whether it is your $9.97 today, or if it is your 3 monthly payments of $375, you have that option. Whatever is going to work best for you is totally fine with me. And you guys, you are going to have it's going to be this immersive thing, like immersion into the things that will launch you, that will launch you into your purpose, that will launch you, that will raise your vibration, that will allow you to be a magnet, to unlock and attract the things that have always been in your heart. And so, yes, you will have access to the training. So like I said, you get immediate access to the Vibe High Home Study course. You get immediate access to the Meant for More Facebook group, to the Masterclass Facebook group. You will have immediate access to the makeup and the fashion tutorials that are in there, immediate access to the affirmations, to the meditations, which those get added to every single week. And then obviously next month's challenge, we start January 7th. And then the home study program, again, as founding members, you guys are going to have, they're going to be done live, and we start at the end of January. And I will be offering this again to the January class, as well as the alumni. So, but it's only open for a few days within the challenge. So yes, great question. Let me see. It looks like we have one more. All right. What's the difference between the Meant for More challenge group and the Meant for More masterclass group? This is a good one. So the Meant for More challenge group, so that's obviously is what we were in, right? The Unshakable Confidence Meant for More challenge group of what we just are doing and finishing up within the next few days. The Meant for More masterclass group, this is you guys, this is where I will start to be, right? So our 14-day challenge, I am here with you guys. I am serving you guys. Then after 14 days, right? Unless you join another challenge, which is then where I transition then my energy as long within the masterclass. That's where then I transition my coaching and my energy outside of the 14 days. So that's different. The challenge groups, they will be archived. So just understand that. And if you want to keep growing, to keep learning, to keep having access, then that's where the next month's challenge group and the masterclass, again, that is where I will be. So again, you guys are getting the Meant for More home study program for $2,997. The 90-day membership to the Meant for More coaching circle for $2,997. The lifetime access to the Meant for More masterclass, a Facebook group, $1,000 value. Eligibility for the Meant for More awards. Let's see the screen share. Okay. All right. So I guess the presentation shut down. So that's all right. So we've got the lifetime access to the Meant for More Facebook group. Oh yeah, there's my notification. Microsoft PowerPoint quit unexpectedly. The Meant for More challenge awards, priceless. The Vibe High home study course, $1,997, as well as next month's challenge with the backstage pass. So yes, so you guys, again, it's only open until Sunday. I would love, love, love to have you join at www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass. All right, you guys, that is what we have for tonight. It was an honor to see you guys face to face, to share this time with you, to teach you some of the things that not only help me uncover and unlock my purpose, but what is happening and what I'm able to coach and teach other people to help them unapologetically do the same for them. So, all right, you guys, that is what I have for tonight. Have an incredible night. And if you are watching the replay of this, thank you guys. So proud of you. We have a couple more days in the challenge. You have a couple more days for this masterclass offer to be open. It's only open until Sunday at midnight. So make sure that if your heart is saying yes, but your ego is giving you a bunch of nonsense, this is for you. Say yes. It will be an honor to continue on this journey with you guys. So, all right, you guys, have an incredible night. Again, that website, www.wearemeantformore.com/masterclass. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.